Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 1996. Bombing at Olympic Games. The Summer Olympics were in full swing, in Atlanta, Georgia during July 1996. On July 27, while thousands of people were watching a free concert in Centennial Olympic Park, a nail-laden pipe bomb detonated. The explosion killed Alice Hawthorne, a mother who had taken her daughter to the concert to hear the music, and injured more than 100 others. A Turkish cameraman, while running over to the scene, suffered a fatal heart attack. The bomb had been placed underneath a bench near the base of the concert sound tower. Police had received a 911 call, warning them about the bomb, but the bomb detonated before the anonymous caller said it would. The caller had claimed that they had 30 minutes before the bomb detonated, but this wasn't the case. It was believed that law enforcement officers who raced to the event were indirectly targeted. At first it was thought that American right-wing extremists had been responsible for the bomb, rather than an international terrorist group. It was a few days following the bombing, when security guard, Richard Jewell, was charged with the bombing. Jewell had discovered the bag underneath the bench and alerted officers, who called in the bomb squad. Jewell and other security guards had tried to clear the area, so the bomb squad could investigate the bag, but the bomb detonated just a couple of minutes into the evacuation, injuring the spectators in the area. However, the evidence against Jewell was dubious, and in October, he was fully cleared of all responsibility. President Clinton addressed the nation after the bombing, and called the explosion an evil act of terror. He vowed to track down the bomber or bombers and punish them. Despite the bombing, it was agreed that the Olympic Games should still go ahead as planned. It was on January 16, 1997, when another bomb detonated outside an abortion clinic in Atlanta, causing a hole in the building. While emergency services responded to the scene, a second bomb detonated, injuring 7 people. It was also laden with nails, and it was believed that the authorities were once again targeted. 5 days after the bombing outside the abortion clinic, another nail-laden bomb exploded in Atlanta. The target was a nightclub crowded with gay and lesbian patrons. The explosion injured 5 people. Another bomb, which was in a backpack, was found outside, after the first explosion, but this was safely detonated by officials. Authorities were now starting to make a connection between the bombings. On January 29, 1998, another abortion clinic was targeted in Alabama, killing an off-duty police officer and injuring a nurse. A car, which was reported to be outside the clinic, was later found abandoned. Investigators traced this back to Eric Rudolph, a 31-year-old carpenter. However, he was not immediately found, but it was believed that he was the suspect in the Atlanta bombings also, and a manhunt began. Eric Rudolph was put on the FBI's most wanted fugitives list. He was found 5 years later, and captured on May 31, 2003. It was believed that Rudolph had wanted the Olympic Games to be cancelled, but this was not successful. As part of a plea deal, which avoided the death penalty, Rudolph pleaded guilty to all bombings. He was sentenced on July 18, 2005 to 4 consecutive life terms. Forever remembering those who were killed in the bombings, and all those who were injured. May you never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about events throughout history. Please subscribe to my channel, to view other events throughout the decades.